Shalom and welcome to another installment of Elders of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. We're going to go into the topic. Basically, we're going to go into news and prophecies dated 12/29/12 or December 29th, 2012. Got a few more days before the New Year comes in, you know, and that's the only so-called holiday that we look forward to that Esau put together, because 2013 is going to be a pivotal year. I mean, you got the fiscal cliff coming up in basically another couple of days. And, you know, Barack Hussein Obama took a vacation in the middle of a major damn crisis, and then he's going to decide to break the vacation and come back a couple of days before it. Ain't no, it's not, if it's not going to be good. It'll be a miracle, and he can be known as one of the greatest presidents that ever lived if he makes this thing work, which I don't think he's gonna make it work. I know he ain't gonna make it work. You're gonna get a thing called, see, the Europeans, you can ask the Europeans. They already know what the hell's going on. It's called austerity. They're afraid to use that word in this country, but that's what it is. Austerity, where they're going to cut spending, cut entitlement programs. That's your food stamp, your welfare, your Section 8, you know, your highways, your bridges. So things are going to go up, and these benefits that you're used to receiving is going to go down. And then at the same time, you're going to lose all these benefits, but they're going to get you, if you're working, you're going to have to pay more taxes. Both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party told you that. Both Barack Hussein Obama and, what's this guy, the House Speaker, Boner. Yeah, that's how you pronounce his name. Actually, it's a German word, and it's pronounced Boner, not Boehner. All right? You got anything?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 14. It says, "And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent."
So the serpent represent, first and foremost, it represent America, because you're in this country, but it's backed up by the EU and NATO. Because like I said, what you're about to experience is austerity measures, and the Europeans, namely Greece, Spain, Italy, France, they're experiencing these things. And now you're going to experience that. And when your back is pushed against the wall, that's when you're going to protest. And then protesting is not going to work. You're going to start fighting with the damn cops. Got something? All right. All right, go ahead.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the Highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith whereby you have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Yeah, so now let's go from there to Isaiah 46 and 10.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 10. Can I start up above this? Isaiah 46 and 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the power, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So basically that's, the Lord said, he said, declaring the end from the beginnings. It says, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. So the things that you brothers are seeing now happening in the news, happening with these different nations, remember Yahushua spoke of these things 2,000 years ago, and when you go back before that, the prophets, before the Messiah came, Yahushua, they spoke of these things. So these things were spoken of from ancient times. And really, if you want to get technical, before the world began, all these things were spoken of. So the things that you're witnessing right now are things that were written thousands of years ago, and they're now coming to pass, and they're now starting to be made manifest, because we're coming closer and closer to the day wherein the Most High has established to destroy America and the land of Israel, certain parts of the earth, bring Esau's power structure down, and set his people back up, Israel, beginning with his son Yahushua, which is his kingdom, and we're joint heirs with him. So that's the times that we're coming to. That's why you see all these things happening in the news. That's why they are wrestling with this thing called the fiscal cliff. Because they know that if they don't come up with some type of solution, come Tuesday or Wednesday, actually Wednesday, when the stock markets reopen, this whole economic society could collapse. And it could throw this country into a tailspin worse than what happened in 1929, October of 1929, which was the Great Depression. And Gerald Celente always speaks about this time it being called the Greatest Depression. So just keep your eyes open for these things, and keep looking over there in the Middle East. And you could watch the regular Fox News and all that crap for a few local things that are happening. But as far as getting real news, you can't trust Fox News or CNN and none of that stuff. They just cover the stuff that they want you to hear. But if you really want to get deep, you got to go into them foreign media. Like Al Jazeera, Euro, Russia Times. Even though they give you fluff too.
And then these regular people on the web that put up their little YouTube pages. That's where you get the real news from. That's where you get the real guys like us, even Alex Jones. You get a lot of news from Alex Jones, and you can't knock Alex Jones, man, when it comes to this information, man. It's inside information, Then you got other independent people that find out certain things, and they put up their little YouTube. And it's YouTube sites, and it's mostly Edomites, man, if you notice. Jake, like I said, don't take Jake. Jake is a big joke, man. Just say hi and bye to Jake. Jake is fucking clueless. Yeah,
that's right, because you got, outside of the truth, of the truth of Israel, you got, you might have a handful of Jakes that are, into certain conspiracies and things that are going on. But as a whole, Jake is asleep. This is our Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, and verse 16. It says, for in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. For he hath given me certain knowledge of things that are, namely to know how the world was made, and the operations of the elements, and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of times, the alteration of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons. So it's at the beginning, ending, and midst of times. So all throughout history, when you go back and you read the story of our forefathers, when you go to the scriptures, all they spoke about was the beginning times, the midst times, and the ending times, but mainly about the ending times of things that were going to come. Because remember, Ezra say, look, in this time, I can write these things down, or I can tell the people the things that are happening now, but what about in the future? Who's going to be able to tell them? So he basically prayed to the Lord that he allow him to write down these certain prophecies so that we can have them today. So there was another scripture, and I believe it was 2nd Ezra 14. And I start at the first verse. 2nd Ezra 14:1. And it came to pass upon the third day I sat under an oak, and behold, there came a voice out of a bush over against me, and said, Esdras, Esdras. And I said, Here am I, Lord. And I stood up upon my feet. Then said he unto me, In the bush I did manifestly reveal myself unto Moses, and talked with him when my people served in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt, and brought him up to the mount of Sinai, where I held him by me a long season. And those of you, brothers out there that have been studying, you know that Moses was up in Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights. And it wasn't just to receive 10 commandments, and it wasn't just to receive the law, statutes, and commandments, which were 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. It was a whole lot of things that the Lord revealed to Moses up on that mountain. It says, and told him many wondrous things. It says, and showed him the secret of times. So what are the secret of times? Meaning there was going to be a particular time in the history, in the future, that the world was going to come to an end, the world as you know it, Esau's world, and our kingdom was going to be established, beginning with Yahushua, which he's the head, and then the rest of us that are joint heirs with him. So he showed him all these things. And he showed him the kingdom. He showed him, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times. Why? Because he understood that there was going to be a day where Israel was going to go back to the promised land. The real Israelites, not them gutter rats you see over there in the land of Israel. Because if they were the people of the Lord, wars would already stopped and ceased from happening around the world. Because the Lord said that once Israel goes back to their land, that the world wars would stop. Wars would not exist anymore. Wars would be a thing of the past. So this World War III, as a term goes, is the war to end all wars. And that is true. Because once that's over with, everything's going to go back to righteousness. It says, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of times and the end. So the Lord showed him the end. He showed him all the things that would happen in the world, and he showed him the end. What was going to happen. So that means Moses saw the missiles. He saw the destruction. He saw the elect being beamed up in the chariots. He saw the earthquakes. He saw the race riots.
And all the prophets saw that. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Obadiah. What you got to understand, what they wrote down is what they saw. They saw like a more than a 3D movie. They saw like a hologram movie where they were in the midst of it, man. They were in the middle of it. That's why Daniel said he got sick. Okay? So they saw these things. Isaiah, and he recorded in the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter, he saw the mushroom cloud, which he called it looked like a scroll being rolled together. So he saw all these things, man.
Right. This is out of the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. It says, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So that I'm going to read that again. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me. Because in the ancient time, when you had cities set up, you had towers. So basically, the prophets are the towers, the ones that watch for these prophecies to come and warn the people of things that are coming. So Habakkuk said, look, I'm going to stand upon my watch and see what he will tell me. Basically, whatever the Lord would tell him, he would tell and give that to the people. All right, it says, which is the people of Israel and also the other nations, because the other nations got to find out what their future is. It says, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. What vision? The things that he was actually seeing. You know, he was actually seeing these things. You know, the vision was what? The prophecies that the Most High was showing him in visions. That's why, you know, the certain prophets, when they saw these things, they got sick, they got scared, they got nervous. Because they will say, look, I hope that when this stuff happens that, you know, I'll be protected from this stuff. Because they saw it in vivid color. You know, like we read it, we read about it, you see movies about it. But when it's actually happening, it's gonna be a spectacular, man. It's gonna, you know, the only way you're gonna be able to stand and be firm in those days is if the Lord give you the knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures to stand firm in them days, like the scriptures say, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Other people are gonna bug out. They're gonna lose their freaking mind. Matter of fact, let me read that, and then there's another good one. This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6.
Let me say this. 2013 is not going to be like 2012. It's not going to be like 2011. It's not going to be like 2010. The whole spirit, the Most High, just like Esau deals with numerology, the Most High deals with numerology, man. And then 13 is a Illuminati number. It's a so-called witchcraft number. It's a number of the occult, but it's also a righteous number.
Yeah, you have the Council of 13, which are the 13 top witches of the Illuminati, which John Todd was a part of that Council of 13. But you have Yahushua and the 12 disciples. You know, that makes up 13. You know, so that's, you know, just to show you what Elder Torah was saying, you can use it for both, because the Lord deals with both sides. He deals with the righteous side, he deals with the wicked side. This is Isaiah 33 and 6. As wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So the wisdom and knowledge, the things that you learn now are the things that's going to keep you stable in those days. That's why these false prophets that don't tell you what's happening or what's really going on, or that are not building you up to stand firm in the truth, that the Lord's going to deal with them. You know, they're not giving you the Lord's name. You know, they're not telling you what's really happening. They're not speaking about current events and these things that are happening in Iran, with Russia, you know, with America, you know, with the financial. They're not talking about these things, you know. So the Lord's going to deal with them, because they're supposed to warn you, so that, like it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation, because there's going to be a race war out here. And the ones that's going to get caught up in that is going to be the ones that the Lord ain't dealing with, the 2/3.
There's going to be a class war. There's going to be war against the classes. There's going to be war against the police, war against the military, because they're sending in these troops against these people that's holding on to their guns. All right, yeah. And it tells you in the Apocrypha and was that Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, that they're not gonna respect the authorities, man. You know, we have some articles which we didn't even go into because the Spirit's on us to get into these scriptures about suicide in America has gone up based upon this financial situation, and suicide is gonna go up even more. There was a thing on the Euro News, which the elder said don't even really take the American news media seriously. You got to watch the Euro News and the BBC. They had an article earlier today I was watching, which led me to go to these sites on suicide in the Eurozone. You know, it's so bad over there in the Eurozone that people can't even pay their rent. So they're basically getting evicted out of their houses, and they can't go to the welfare because there's no welfare. That's why they call it austerity, meaning the government's not going to help you. There's no jobs out there for you, and the government is not going to have a safety net for you. And the same thing is happening over here in this country. Like this whole bullshit about this affordable health care program is all crap, because I know somebody personally that's trying to, he's not working, and he's trying to get medical help, and they put him on a runaround. So and then you stupid niggas, I got to go back to you, bird brain, dumb. Don't even take Jake seriously, man, because Jake has no clue as to what's going on. We're only supposed to focus on the elect. Don't see a black guy walking down the street thinking, well, I'm going to teach him the word. Now, if he's part of the elect, the Spirit's going to lead you to teach this guy, man. But the masses of our people, they're going to be destroyed, man. All they know is they got a black president in there, and this monkey haven't did nothing, not a goddamn thing for him, and they still praising this asshole, man. They're making excuses for this bitch. Oh, well, he would do a good job if Congress would give. First of all, there was a scene in the movie, and I've been thinking about this all week. There was a scene in the movie of Denzel played in that train movie, Unstoppable, right? When the train got at it, and we all saw the movie because that's Denzel. What nigga ain't gonna watch a Denzel movie or a Will Smith movie? Okay, so I know you saw the movie. If you didn't go to the theater and saw it, I know you got it on bootleg, all right? But anyway, the train got out of control. So they were trying to get all these people that knew how to stop the train. So Denzel was one of them. And there was this other guy. And he was supposed to be this expert. And then he just came in. And I think Denzel talked to the chick in the movie. What's her name? Dawson. Which by the way, her father's Irish, by the way. So according to you guys, Bach, she would be an Edomite. Okay? But anyway, I think it was Denzel that asked her, or she asked somebody else, because she didn't know the guy. But the guy's supposed to be this expert to learn how to stop the train and all that. He went to school for it. Somebody brought somebody else to the side and said, what do you know about this guy? Does he know what he's talking about? So the guy said, yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He has all kinds of degrees. He says he knows how to handle the situation. And then he said, in a perfect world. Do you know what that means? When everything's perfect, when there's no obstacles, he can do his thing. But if there's obstacles in the way, he can't, meaning he don't know what the fuck to do. All he has is book knowledge. So that's what you niggas are saying with Barack Obama. Well, if Barack Obama, see if the Republican Congress wouldn't stop him, he can do his job. But first of all, that's why the Republican Party is known as the opposing party, you dummies. And what you niggas don't understand is when you ran and went crazy putting Barack Obama in the office, you had what's called a midterm election. Watch the fucking news. Watch the talking head shows. Read the New York Times. Read the different papers come out of Washington and so forth, man. Learn how politics works. All you see is a nigga in a suit. He gonna be the next president. He gonna fix everything. He ain't did a damn thing for you, man. He's an empty suit, man. And like Salante said, he said Barack Obama is an empty suit. And Mitt Romney is a stuffed shirt. So you get to choose between Tweedledee and Tweedledum, or Tweedledum. Anyway, you had what's called, when Barack Obama was the president-elect in 2008, you had what's called a midterm election for 2010. He didn't come out and campaign and explain to you, look, you got to go out and vote for these Congress people. Because if the Republicans come in, my hands are tied. He didn't tell you that. Why? Because he's a part of the whole thing. This is a whole thing where you shift blame. So when you really start catching hell with this fiscal cliff, because we don't know what's going to happen. They were talking about milk going to go up to $8 a gallon. Who the hell can afford milk at $8 a gallon? You can't. It's hard to afford it now, and it's not even real milk. All right, but anyway, you're going to blame it on the Republic, and that's the game that they play. That's why there's only two parties. And if you notice, every 4 years or every 8 years, go down the line, you'll have a Republican in there for maybe 4 years. Then you have a Democrat in there for 8 years. Then they'll get tired of what the the Democratic Party didn't do shit, so a Republican gets up in there for 8 years. Then a Democratic president-elect or whatever, or a candidate gets up in there, nominee. So it's a game. Go back to all the presidents. Every 4 to 8 years, it goes back and forth from Democratic to Republican. Democratic to Republican. It's a fucking game that you idiots can't figure out. And Barack Obama is part of that damn game, you dumb idiots. Barack Obama doesn't give a goddamn about you. He's going to go on vacation to Hawaii. Then he's going to stop his vacation. No, I got to get back to hell. He don't give a good goddamn about you, man. And you dumb bird-brained Negroes, you're going to find out about it. See, the white man knows what's going on, man. That's why we got another article where it said after that shooting in Connecticut, Newtown, Connecticut, gun sales went up. Then they had a buyback program in L.A., and guess who brought the guns back? You bird-brained Negroes and you Latinos. And then you niggas on the radio, on a different radio programs is talking about, yeah, we shouldn't have guns. First of all, that's none of your goddamn concern, man. It was a bugged-out cracker that killed up a bunch of white people, man. How the hell is that your fucking concern, man? Where some crazy-ass white people coming around in your neighborhood shooting you, man? Who the fuck is shooting you? The fucking cops. And then the cops should only have guns. That's the only motherfuckers that kill your ass. It's motherfucking cops, man. You dummies. You idiots don't know how to put the puzzle together, man. If you notice, about 6 months ago, the FEMA ordered $1 billion something hollow point bullets. Social Security, they ordered like $1 billion something hollow point bullets. Don't check me on the numbers. I'm just going off the top of my head. There was a couple of other organizations that ordered all these hollow point bullets. But now 6 months, 7 months, 8 months later, they're talking about, oh, we got to take away the guns. The only ones that should have guns are police and the military. When they have coups, who takes over a nation? It's the military, man. Another thing about you bird-brained Negroes, you know nothing about history, man. Your idea of history is what you spoke about last week. That's how far your history goes, man. In the 70s. Oh, I miss the 70s. I wish I was back in the 70s. You niggas up. That's why, you know what? May you motherfuckers get killed. I know General Grievous is mad at this shit because he wants to save black people, but he gonna be destroyed too. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 6. Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, and a wolf of the evenings shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their cities. Every one that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased.
Yo, we had guys that part of our GMS, and some of them. One recent guy, he fell off maybe 6 months ago, and he said he's gonna go out there and do his own thing. We haven't seen no videos on this guy. All of a sudden, a new video popped up talking about how he's sorry, and if I'm going off, just send me an email and tell me where I'm going off. You didn't have that attitude when you was in the camp. So you know what? That's something that you got to deal with, man. And you better hope like hell that you're a part of the elect. Because if you're not a part of the elect, guess what? I don't give a damn how much you say GMS, the elders are my teacher. If you went outside the circle, man, and you ain't part of the elect, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. And look at that nigga, Count Chocula, also known as Patak. He's out of his damn mind, man. He's out of his goddamn mind. And he damn sure is not of the elect, man. And the Most High is going to fucking ice him, man. He going to smoke him. He going to get smoked like the black sausage that he is. You know? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They have to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
That's it.
This is Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know me, but Israel does not know, my people doth not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they are gone away backward. Why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. You know, that's why, like Elder Torah is saying, you know, you have no clue of what's going on. You know, here it is. You are because of somebody that has dark skin is in office. You thinking that they're for you, and all along this guy is playing you. You know, the only people he cares about is the big businesses, the international bankers, helping them out, further their agenda. Right, he was set up by the so-called Jews, Sir Big Nose Brzezinski. That's what I call him, Sir Big Nose Brzezinski, which is a so-called Jew. You know. And that's who he's pleasing. That's why he's saying that, you know, he's on Israel's side. You know, that he's whatever. If anybody comes against Israel, he's going to take up arms against them. You know, basically, America's like supposed to be like the bodyguard of Israel. You know, so whoever comes against them comes against America.
Yeah, like Barack Obama bailed out the banks, the big banks with close to $1 trillion when he first. That was one of the first things he did. He also put back in Bernanke as the Federal Reserve chairman. He gave, and you got these idiots on the Republican side saying he doesn't care about the people of Israel or the nation of Israel. He got his head stuck up the nation. How far do you want his head stuck up Israel's ass, man? A couple of months back, he had signed a check for $70 billion and gave it right to what's the prime minister, Bibi Netanyahu, and for this thing called Operation Iron Dome. So I mean he lived for the so-called Jew. He doesn't give. What has he given you Negroes, man? Like you had this one dumb black bitch down there at the Atlanta camp. The leader of the camp asked, what did Barack Obama give you? And she said, he gave me food stamps. You stupid dumb bitch. You had food stamps back when Bush was in office, you dumbass. Like he look, I'm also want to give Laquita. I want to keep giving her these food stamps. So Laquita Johnson get some more food stamps. And a cell phone that you can only get 250 minutes on. You know? You dumb, stupid, bird-brained Negroes.
Yep, this is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. You know, so no longer you're going to be dependent on Barack Obama or Esau, you know, the international bankers, Bush, or whoever they put in office. You know, because every captivity you've been into, you always, what you did, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Puerto Ricans, you always went to get with the leaders of that empire to receive favor, you know, so they could lighten your affliction, you know. But the day is going to come where you're not going to stay upon them anymore. Because you're going to find out that pretty much they're not for you. They're not here to help you. They're not here for your benefit or for your welfare. They're here to afflict you. That's what they're here for. That's what the Most High set them there for. Matter of fact, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 17, and verse 13. It says, Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Lord set them up basically to afflict you, you know, to put hell upon you. you know, to make your life miserable, not to help you, not to give you a better life. You're suffering a punishment. The Most High is putting punishments on you, and you're suffering for your iniquities, for things that you committed. So you're not going to have somebody set up over you that's going to do good for you. They're going to do a little something for you, but for the most part,
they're doing that according to prophecy. And that was the first scripture that he read in Revelation the 12th chapter about the serpent being fed by the serpent. The serpent is this devil, is the elite of this damn devil. All right, you got something? Okay, read it again.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place.
That woman, by the way, is talking about the nation of Israel. When you were in Rome, and you fled from Rome into the interiors of Africa, and you settled for the most part in the western part of Africa. That's why when they when the white man came over here to get slaves, if you notice, he went to the western side of Africa. Go ahead.
Into her place, where she is nourished.
That place is America.
Where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent.
Yeah, she was nourished. She was taken care of by this devil. You know, you served slavery. You know, you worked out in the field. They made sure they feed you so you can work in the field the next day. And the house niggas, they took care of your ass. You know, they had their doctors make sure if you were sick, if you was a good house nigga or a good field nigga, you know, they made sure the doctors take care of you for their benefits. They didn't do it because they loved you. It's just like you have a car. Your car breaks down, you're going to fix that car. Not because you give a damn about the car, but because you're concerned about yourself getting from point A to point B. Then after slavery, they gave you little meager things. They gave you little food stamps, welfare, you know. So that's that nourishment. So now that's being cut off. And really, that started back in the 70s. And it's gotten worse through the years.
Jeremiah 15 and 11. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
And that's going to stop. There's going to be a time where that's going to stop. All right? Now give me the book of Isaiah 31 verse 1.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 31 verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Yeah, Egypt, and right here is talking about America. You had the ancient Egypt, which the children of Israel wanted to go back to. And then you got the new Egypt, the modern Egypt, or spiritually Sodom and Egypt, pursuant to Revelation 11. Go ahead.
It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither.
Right. You want to stay in America. You hoping that America gets better. That's why you clowns go on these talk shows talking about, yeah, we shouldn't have guns. The only people that should have guns are cops and the military. And like I said earlier, the cops blow your ass away, man. And then they get off. You had this one guy, I forget his name. He was handcuffed in the back of a patrol car. The cops said they searched him twice, but they didn't realize there was a gun up in his ass crack. And somehow he was able to reach into his ass crack, handcuff, pull the gun out, put the gun to his head, and blow his fucking head away. And then they got this black crackhead bitch to say, yeah, she saw what was going on. That was a witness. They told her, look, bitch, say that you saw that, all right? Instead of getting 5 years, we'll give you probation. Okay, whatever you say, officer, whatever you say. So you stupid niggas, the news will tell you something, and you bird brains believe in that shit. You better wake up, man. You better smack yourself in the head and get your brain to goddamn the cobwebs out of your damn head. But like I said, millions of you are going to die in this country very soon.
This is back in Isaiah 31:1. It says, "But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord."
Yeah, because some of you niggas want to be Moors. All you niggas that are into that Moorish bullshit, the Most High going to destroy you in this country. Some of you are into Islam. All you niggas that are into Islam, the Most High going to destroy you. Some of you are Baptists. Some of you are Methodists. Some of you are Jehovah's Witness. Some of you are Seventh-day Adventists. Some of you are just niggas. Some of you are citizens of the universe. Some of you are just you're just a everyday Negro. Some of you are Democrats. Some of you are Republicans. Some of you are Masons. And I run into your kind every day. All you that I mentioned that are in these different religions and these political organizations, the Most High is going to destroy every last one of you. Because the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites that know that they're Israelites and that they're of the elect. So it's predestined who's going to be saved anyway. And like I said, 2013, man, going to be a hell of a year. Going to be a hell of a year. And you clowns out here, you got a lot of our people a lot of these brothers in GMS that don't even know why they're in GMS. In other words, not GMS. The Most High is above GMS. This is just a name, all right? But you got guys that seen us speak and get a garment and come out there and speak. A lot of you guys don't even know why you're doing this, man. It's just something to do. You seen one dude do it, and then you're going to do it. So you guys that really don't know what the hell is going on, the Most High going to push your ass out and destroy you too.
This is Isaiah 36:5. I say, sayest thou, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust that thou rebellest against me? Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
And that's talking about bringing up to date to the modern Egypt. The Pharaoh of the modern Egypt is who? Barack Hussein Obama. Now let's go back to where we left off in Isaiah 30. Read that from the top again, please.
Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fall together. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as a lion and the young lion roaring on his prey. When a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill.
He's going to come down to fight for Mount Zion. Mount Zion is not talking about all you Israelites. Mount Zion is talking about the elect of Israel. The Most High remembers the elect. He don't remember you average Negro that don't know that you are Israelite. Even the Lord said that. Hold that and get me St. John 17:9. You thought the Lord came for everybody, right? Well, this is what the Lord said. Go ahead.
St. John chapter 17 verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
Now that word world, look it up, brother, and I guarantee you that word there has got to be cosmos.
Yeah, the word there is cosmos.
We don't got to go into the definition.
Cosmos.
Cosmos. The word cosmos means a certain organization. Like you have the word world, you have the ant world, you have the world of rock and roll, you got the hip hop world, you got the world of the plant world. So cosmos, the world that the Lord Yahweh Shai was talking about the world of Israel. And he said, I ain't pray for all of Israel. That's his own words. I didn't say it. He didn't say it. The Lord said it. The Son said it. Yahweh Shai said it. Let's read it again.
It says, St. John 17:9. I pray for them. I prayed not for the world.
Right. I prayed not. Translated, I prayed not for all of Israel. And them is the elect. So you can read it like this. I pray for the elect, not for all of Israel. That's what it means. That's the translation of it. Go ahead.
But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
And who did the Lord, who did the Father give to the Lord? Yahweh Shai. Who are the them? The elect of Israel. And it started with the 12. One of them was cast out. Then he was replaced by who was that? Matthias. In the book of Acts, the second chapter, I believe. All right. Then first chapter. I'm sorry. Because I don't want nobody saying make the statement, and I'll say the second chapter and say, see, Elder Tahar just lied. No, I didn't lie. I made a mistake. I said the second chapter of Acts instead of the first chapter. Then I corrected myself, and I said it's the first chapter. So you can't make that video. And you can't call me a liar. All right? All right, go ahead.
St. John chapter 6, verse 44. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
Yeah, that's plain. And now go, since you went there, go to St. John 14 and start at the top. The key point is in the 6th verse, but start at the top.
St. John chapter 14, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in the Most High, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And whither I go, you know, and the way you know. Thomas saith unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
Yeah, so you can't go directly to the Most High. You can't. That's why Comfy was told by the illuminated ones to say, you can tell them that the name of the Most High is Yahweh, but just don't tell them that the name of the Son is Yahweh Shai. Because at one point he said the name of the Lord, the Son of the Most High, is Bun Yahweh. And that's not in the scriptures. And Ariane Shaw, you should be ashamed of yourself, man, for allowing that bullshit to go on, man. If your father, Elder Yaiqua, was alive, man, he'll kick you dead in the jaw, man. Because I remember when Yaiqua was up in age, this boost of energy would come into Yaiqua, and he'd be throwing high kicks, man. I don't know if you ever seen that, Gabar, but I was at the school when he was up in age, man. And most of the time he'd be sitting down, but sometimes he'd be filled up with energy, and he'll kick as high as your head, as the average person's head. And he'll do it for about 10 minutes and not get tired. So I mean, you know, Ariah, like we said, we believe that you're going to come out of that nonsense that you in, and the Shah going to come out of that nonsense. You know, that's what we believe, okay? It's up to the Most High, you know, whether he bring you out, wake you up, or wake you up on the other side. But you know, man, if I was there, that shit wouldn't have happened, man. That shit would not happen. You know, if I had to get carnal on a motherfucker, you know, if I had to kind of swoop down on a nigga, it wasn't gonna happen, man. And that's me. It'll be me and Marco Wash, man. I'll get Marco Wash to do it, man. I said, look, I want you to swoop down on this motherfucking and you know, separate his spirit from his body. But it wasn't meant for us to do that. That's me getting carnal. I mean, I wouldn't do that because, first of all, it was all spiritual. That's why I wasn't in that thing. When the split came, I left y'all niggas, man, because you were a bunch of damn demons. And that was an opening to get that young, black, greasy bastard, to make him sell out because he was young. You throw women in his face, you throw money in his face, you throw cars in his face. He going, a young guy is, he's open to shit like that, man. Yeah, because he's not a man of character. You can't sell out a man of character, Let me rephrase that. You can't sell out one of the elect. I'll say that. Okay, which is a man of integrity. See, you couldn't do that to Job. That wouldn't have worked on Job. That wouldn't have worked on Moses. That wouldn't have worked on Peter. That wouldn't have worked on Paul. All right, go ahead.
Back in St. John 14:7.
And this could be the year that the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, start revealing you guys and destroying you. Like I said, we got a few days left for 2013, and I can already feel it in my bones, man. This year, the 2013 is going to be way different from 2012. 2012 was worse than 2011. 2011 was worse than 2010. 2010 was worse than 2009, and so forth down the line, man. So I'm looking to 2013 is going to be the worst year as far as Israel is concerned, and Esau, because Esau going to be catching hell too. So this could be the year that the Most High deliver us. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
And that's plain. That's plain. Did we finish Isaiah 31? Go ahead.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 31 verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made unto you for a sin. Then shall the Assyrian fall with the sword, not of a mighty man, and the sword not of a mean man shall...
The Assyrian represent America. That's another name for America, just as Babylon is another name for America, just as Sodom and Egypt in Revelation 11 is another name for America.
And the sword not of a mean man shall devour him, but he shall flee from the sword, and his young men shall be discomfited. And he shall pass over to his stronghold for fear, and his princes shall be afraid of the ensign, saith the Lord, whose fire is in Zion, and his furnace in Jerusalem.
Now let's go from there to Isaiah 22, verses 4 to 5.
Isaiah chapter 22, verse 4. Therefore said I, look away from me, I will weep bitterly. Labor not to comfort me because of the spoiling of the daughter of my people. For it is a day of trouble and of treading down, and of perplexity by the Lord power of hosts in the valley of vision, breaking down the walls and of crying to the mountains.
Let's go from there to Joel 2, verses 10. We're going to go all the way down to 20. We may read past 20, or you may not read past 20.
Joel chapter 2, verse 10. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice from before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong.
His camp, he really has two camps. He has the angels and he has the missiles. Now, I was watching last night, they had the one of the Star Wars, I think it was episode 1, where they had the drone army. and they built up this army, and then part 2 followed up on that where they were building this army. Well, the Most High has his own army. Like I said, he has 2 armies. He has the angelic forces, and he has those missiles. See, when he speaks about that second army, which is the missiles, that's his army. But they're made out of that army is made out of metal. All right, and then the Most High used Esau to build his army. Ain't that something? This devil figured out, or so-called discovered, how to split the atom and make these missiles, not realizing that those missiles are going to be used on him. Isn't that beautiful? The Most High showed this devil how to make a noose to hang himself. So that's his army. Now, when you go to the beginning verses, he speaks about these missiles as they were actually military men in battle formation. Because even Ariyah used to say that was talking about Israel being put together for the battle. It ain't when I first came to the truth, I couldn't see that, but I didn't tell Ariyah. I had to go, I had to be quiet, But I said, nah, they ain't talking about men. That's talking about the missiles. All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 13:3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my height.
Those are the angels.
Back in Joel 1:11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great.
Yeah, that camp are those missiles. And that camp is in the ground. That camp is hidden in these silos. Go ahead.
For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now, saith the Lord, turn you even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning.
In other words, you got to get serious, man. The Most High is about to come. You better get serious. You don't want to be caught on the wrong side. Now, we can honestly say that we've been on the side of the Most High. We haven't looked to the right hand or to the left hand, man. We've been doing, me, myself, I've been doing this thing for like going on 28 years, if not 28 years. I haven't wavered. You can't like going to General Grievous. There's a gap. There's a gap. We're missing gap. You have these shows where you have the missing tapes. Well, he has missing tapes, and you ain't never gonna find them because he wasn't making them tapes. He wasn't making those videos, man. Those tapes are blank. Not bragging or boasting, because I'm doing what I'm doing because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua put the spirit on me to do what I'm doing. Go ahead.
And rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. Who knoweth if he will return and repent, and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto the Lord your power. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly.
Who are the ones that blow the trumpet? We're going to be blowing it. The angel, you have 7 angels, the 7 last trumpets, but we also blow the trumpet too. Even Malcolm X said that. He said, and I heard the actual tape, he said that there's going to be men on the corner blowing the trumpet of truth. And I believe he said, listen to those men. He didn't even realize what he was saying. Marcus Garvey said the real leaders are going to be speaking on the street corners. That's what Marcus Garvey said, and I actually heard him say it on this old scratchy tape. I believe back in the 30s. That's why we speak on the street corner. It says in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the street, in the opening of the gates. saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and fools hate knowledge? Go ahead. So this is the time. This is the time. Matter of fact, give me hold that and give me the book of Matthew 25. This is about the 10 virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. But let's jump down to the voice. That's how we all went to sleep and a voice was given. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 25 and 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered.
The day that all slumbered and slept was Israel. Go ahead.
And slept. And at midnight there was a cry made.
So what did we sleep through? We slept through slavery. How did we sleep? Even though we were alive and we were listening to what the master said, we didn't know why we were put in slavery. Now we know why we were put in slavery. We didn't know why we were brought from one part of the earth to the other part of the earth in slave ships. We didn't know why we had a yoke of iron upon our neck or being whipped. Okay, we didn't know why that we worship temples made of stone and wood, which are the churches. So we were asleep. So now we're awoken. And the Most High that the Most High gave us this awakening through the scriptures. You know, with eye salve. He gave us the spiritual eyes to see and decipher these scriptures. The word decipher means circle. Decipher means undo the circle or break the circle. So if the scriptures is a cipher, the Most High gave us a spirit to break the cipher. And that's in Daniel, the 12th chapter, around about the 4th verse, that this book was going to be sealed. But in the last days, the seal was going to be broken. And in Revelation, the 5th chapter, matter of fact, go to hold them scriptures. I say, don't forget about them scriptures. Revelation 5 and 1. Because we didn't break these seals. Yahweh Shai broke the seals and gave it to us. He supped with us pursuant to Revelation 3:19 and 20. He sat down and supped with us and opened up our eyes and gave us the eye salves to see this truth. So we did our job, man. So now the only thing that's left is for the Most High to destroy this place and to deliver his elect. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 5 verse 1. And I saw on the right hand of him that sat on a throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals.
That represents the word. The Old Testament and the New Testament and the Apocrypha. Go ahead.
And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?
Because none of us were worthy to open up this book. The reason why we're able to decipher this book is because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave us the insight to see into this book. Go ahead.
And
that's why these devils, they don't know what the hell's going on. They're clueless, man. I look at these devils now and laugh at them, man. They have no clue. But then they have the truth because they can go to YouTube. See, they'll go to YouTube and they'll watch us and they'll talk shit about us. Instead of settling down and listen to what we're saying, they would know that they're going to go into slavery. They would know that America's going to be destroyed in a thermonuclear holocaust. They would know that at a certain period of time after serving hardcore slavery, that they're going to be gathered together and be totally destroyed. Burnt up. They don't know that. But it's right there. It's right there in front of their eyes. Go ahead.
And no man in heaven or nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open the book, or to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David.
It ain't talking about no bubblehead Haile Selassie, who was buried under a damn toilet bowl, who had his head stuck up Queen Elizabeth's ass. Go ahead.
The Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book.
That scripture right there shows you that Joseph and Mary had sex. Go ahead. Like this clown, this complete clown, Creflo Dollar, on so-called Christmas Eve, they have all these religious shows, and they go into the birth and the Lord and Christ and Mary and the two pertinent women in Jesus' life, Mary Magdalene and Mary, his mother. Then they go breaking it down, saying that, see, it was a miracle that she had this birth. And let's read it. You guys are idiots, man. You are damn idiots. Right here cancels all that out. This verse that the brother that the elder just read cancels all that out. Read that again.
It says, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David.
How can he be of the root of David if he never had sex with Joseph, if Joseph never had sex with Mary? And Joseph comes from the direct line of King David, King Solomon. No, but Mary's line go back to King David too, to Nathaniel, his son. Yeah, but the woman don't have no seed. A man's got to put the seed in the woman. Go ahead.
Hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and hast made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000s and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. And every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, Blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the 4 beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever.
So now let's go back to where we left off.
This is back in Matthew chapter 25, verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins of...
Yeah, the cry was guys coming out on the street teaching you about you're an Israelite, that the Lord is coming back, that the white man is Esau, that he's a devil, that there's going to be a major war, a thermonuclear war, America's Babylon in the Bible, all these things, including the name of the Most High and his son.
It says, then all the...
Yeah, because if you have all this information that you got from RER, the main school, that you don't want to give credit to RER in the main school, and you teaching this information, Nate, but you exclude his name, you're not of the elect, man. You're not. Even Barak Shah, he even teaches the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and he even teaches that the new moon Sabbath now. And then now he's calling himself an elder. What do you think? Everybody want to call himself an elder. That shows you, man, the most high Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai made GMS the movers and the shakers of all in Israel, man, around the world. All right? At the new site, GMS Movers and Shakers. Okay? Through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because prior to us being called elders, and as Gabar always says, we never even call ourselves elders. It was people that kept calling us elders. And the name stuck. All right? But you guys, you were calling yourself high priest. Basically, high priest. High priest. And then Nate tried to humble himself and call himself brother. Nate, you can't, there ain't nothing humble about you, nigga. That's why you had to hurry up and call yourself an elder and make that damn 300,000 vote video where you doing karate in the air, and then it says Elder Nathaniel. The hell out of here, man. You're a freaking joke, man. You're a clown, man. You know? And I know you're suffering from Parkinson's or MS. Now, I could be wrong, but I want you to prove me a liar. I dare you to make a video, man. Then you can say, well, you got me. Okay, Tahar, I want to see a video. Man, I'll see that video. You'll be shaking. They'll probably have brothers holding your ass, man. Probably got you strapped down, man. Go ahead.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you.
Yeah, because you got guys that's going to bug out after a while. Let's say the Most High zaps Comfy. Where you think them niggas going to go? They're going. A lot of them going to try to run right to us. They're going to be going right to the youth. Let me go to them GMS videos, man. Check them videos out. Be taking notes and all that. And then some of you going to have enough backbone to come down among us, and you're going to try to ask it. And we ain't going to have, brother, I ain't got time to go into this. I'm dealing with this right now. You got to get this on your own. Because there was a time when you could have got it, but you didn't want it. As this brother Ariala in Texas says, he said, you done missed the bus. You didn't miss the bus. Go ahead.
But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
And that's plain. Now, where did I leave off at? Go ahead. 15, go ahead.
Joel chapter 2 verse 15. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders. Gather the...
What does it say? It says assemble the elders. Assemble the elders. Go ahead.
Gather the children and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go.
Gather the children and those that suck the breast. Spiritually, what does that mean? This is the breast right here. Matter of fact, go to that in Isaiah. The breast is the word. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 28 verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith you may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. But the word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken.
And that's what's going to happen if you don't hear this word. You're going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
It says, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Let the priests and the ministers of the Lord weep between the porch and the altar. And let them say, spare thy people, O Lord, and give not.
Oh, look up the word closet.
Yeah, the Hebrew word there for closet is chapa. And it says chamber, room, canopy, closet, chamber. Yeah, basically chamber.
Okay. A hidden place. You know, you have something hidden, you put it in the hidden chamber. So where's the secret? You know, they got the world thinking that them so-called Jews, those rats over there are the so-called Jews. But when the Lord come back, everybody going to see the Lord, and then they're going to see the bride come out of her chamber. Then they're going to say, those Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Dominicans, those guys that were speaking on the street, those guys were right. Because there's many scriptures on that. It said, then they shall know that, matter of fact, yeah, give me Wisdom of Solomon. Also give me Isaiah 13. No, I'm sorry, Isaiah 45:13. And whatever you have in Wisdom of Solomon. There's a couple of scriptures on that.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 13. I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives, not for price nor reward, saith the Lord of hosts. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains, they shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely the Most High is in thee, and there is none else. There is no power. Verily thou art a God or a power that hidest thyself, O power of Israel, the Savior. Right. So the point is, it says, verily thou art a power that hideth thyself. Now, why did it say that? Because right now it seems like the Most High really is not with us. You know, because you see all of the afflictions that Jake is going through. Jake is still on the bottom after all these years. The so-called Negroes, the so-called Latino tribes, the so-called Native American Indian tribes, after all these years, we're still at the bottom. You know, and it doesn't seem, to the world, doesn't seem like we're the people of the Lord because of, you know, the condition that Jake is in, the way Jake treats each other. You know, the majority of them, a whole bunch of them are in jail. They scheming on each other, killing each other on drugs, selling drugs, you know. I mean, basically just overall, I mean, the women out there are sluts, hoes, you know, prostitute. I mean, all kind, I mean, the nation, our people have degenerated to from a royal people to a no people right now, you know. So the other nations disrespect us. So basically, when that time comes, them people are going to break up and they're going to say, wait a minute. These people out here that we were talking shit about, that we call niggas, spicks, spooks, wetbacks, coconuts, all that stuff. You mean to tell me that these are the people of the Lord? That's what it means. It says, surely thou art a power that hideth thyself. Because it seemed like the Most High is with everybody else except for us. But when that time comes, it's going to be made manifest in the eyes of the whole world that we are the children of Israel. And they're going to see that. And that's when they're going to be kicking themselves in the ass. That's why it says, verily thou art a power that hideth thyself, O power of Israel, the Savior. Now this one is in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. When they see what? The destruction, the salvation. It said they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Now what's going to be the strangeness of his salvation? When the chariots come and deliver Israel, the elect of Israel, from the four corners of the earth. So they're going to be amazed at that. Because they were always taught that the chariots or the chariots were so-called UFOs, right? It says, so far beyond all that they look for, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. Or these are the guys we were calling niggas and spicks and spooks and wetbacks. You know, it says we said that they were nothing. You know, that they were the lowest scum. We accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Right? So it said, you know, that they accounted that's what Esau and the other nations think about us. They come over here, them East Indians, them Arabs and all them, they all look down upon us, man. They think they're better than us. And they act that way when they come around you. It says, It says, how is he numbered among the
They
children?
gotta learn how to lubricate their asses because you're gonna learn how to let that your ass go from left to right because we're gonna be putting our foots in your ass sideways, boy. So you better have a lubricated butt.
Yep. It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? See, they can't believe that. They won't be able to believe that until the day they see it. It said, and his lot is among the saints. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the Son of righteousness rose not upon us. And then that's when they're going to know that they're not the people of the Most High. They're going to find out. They're going to be in for a rude awakening. They're going to wake up and find out that they are nothing but the devil that the Bible speaks of, and that they're nothing but heathens. You know, whether it be the East Indians or the Arabs or whatever nation out there thinks that the Most High is with them. It says, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction, because that's what they did to us, wickedness and destruction. It says, yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. And none of these nations know the way of the Lord. None of them. Not one. What hath pride profited us, or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by. So basically, they're going to, when they finally wake up to find out that we are the people of the Lord, and that we're not, they know, I mean, they kind of know in the back of their mind, they're wondering now because of the way things are rolling right now and the way this word is being pushed out. But
they don't know a damn thing. You know when they're going to know? When our foots is in their asses sideways. Okay? That's when they're going to know.
Con. All right, so we'll go back to Joel chapter 1, verse 16. It says, gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare thy people, O Lord, and give not thine heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their power? Then will the Lord be jealous. And they say that now. You know, they still say that about us, you know, out there. You guys been out here for all these years, and the Lord still ain't come to deliver you. Where's your Lord at? They talk shit. Then will the Lord be jealous for his land and pity his people, because nobody else is pitying us. So the Most High is going to pity us. Yea, the Lord will answer.
Wait a minute now. That proves that Bruce Lee was an Israelite, and his master and the movie and the Chinese Connection, that's the true story of a Moabite martial artist. They had made a movie called Fearless with Jet Li, where he was fighting all those different styles. That's supposed to be a true story. Now the movie, The Chinese Connection, which originally was called, titled Fist of Fury, all right, where he's fighting against those Japanese, and they were calling the Japanese were calling the Chinese sick men of Asia. And Bruce Lee had came from out of town because his teacher had died. Now the guy in the movie that died, that was poisoned with biscuits, that's Hu Yin Chao, if I'm saying it the right way. And there's a scene in the movie where Bruce Lee dresses up in all these different disguises, and he's taking the translator, which is the Uncle Tom Chinese translator, translating for the Japanese, and he's got him in a rickshaw, right? And he turns him around and he picks him up, and he says, you know, tells him to start talking, right? And then he throws the rickshaw with the guy in it. Then the guy still doesn't talk, and then Lee hits him with a series of punches to the body and kills the guy, because the guy said, "Have pity, have pity." And then Lee went off on him, right? And then he said, "Have pity." He said, "Who had pity for Hu Yin Chao?" And so that proves that Hu Yin Chao had to be a Jake, because when you watch that movie, if I got it, I'm gonna watch it later on. This guy was fighting. He was fighting samurai experts. He was fighting guys from Russia. He was fighting boxers, wrestlers, and anything that they threw at this guy, he had the way to turn that shit around and beat them at their own game. All right. And in the beginning of the movie, they showed when he was in his town, they had to fight on these towers. The tower might be 30 feet high, and the guy that lost was kicked off the damn tower. So you had to be bad. You know, if you came on a certain level, you might be crippled up, man. So this dude was bad as hell. Because you had Jakes that lived among the Moabites, man. See, Jake was scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. But going back to the point, Bruce Lee made that point where he killed the guy, and he said, have pity. Who had pity for Hu Yin Chao? Or Hu Yin Chang, whatever his name was. All right?
So it says, then will the Lord be jealous for his land and pity his people. Yea, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and you shall be satisfied therewith. And I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. Verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things.
Yeah, that's a mafioso saying is, look, I'm going to find you where I leave you. You know? If I'm saying it right. But anyway, the Most High gonna cause this whole U.S. military, all its forces, according to the scriptures, it's going to get so hot out there in the Middle East that they're going to send all those forces, because that's the fulfillment of them, of Armageddon. So there's all the military forces of the U.S., all right, when they go over there, they're not gonna come back. They're not even gonna come back in body bags, because there ain't gonna be no body to put in the bag. They're just gonna become a part of that damn dust. All these devastating wars that took place. There was a battle during World War II. I think it was called the Battle of Verdun. And that for 9 months, I believe it was the Germans against the Russians, if I'm not mistaken. But we covered that in the Revelation, the 9th chapter, in-depth breakdown. But we went all into that, man. And for 9 months, they had this patch of land that they were fighting over, man. And they were killing each other left and right, man. I mean, left and right. That's going to be a cakewalk compared to what's going to happen when the Most High causes Armageddon to take place, or World War III. And it could happen this year. I mean, things are getting hot, man. It's been hot over there it's hot in Egypt, in Greece, in Spain, in France, in certain Latin American countries, man. Everybody's waking up to the fact that you got a small amount that's super rich, and you got the majority of the world, you know, to give it a number, 99% are either just making it or can't even make it, man. And they're seeing how these politicians are full of shit. Every last one of them are full of shit, you know? So they're waking up, and they're gonna do something. And there will be protests and violent uprisings in America, man. You're gonna have patriots fighting against the police, patriot group fighting against the military. You're gonna have former military personnel that fought in wars 10, 20 years ago in the Nam that's going to be fighting against cops. That spirit of war is going to get right back in them, man. That's why they want to take them guns. You know who the biggest gun enthusiasts are? Them guys that went to the military, man. They used to having a gun. They killed people. They shot people, man. They got shot at. That's part of their makeup, man. Guns are part of the white man's DNA. That's all these devils have. They don't have the Most High. That's all they had. That's the blessing that Isaac gave to Esau, man. He said, you're gonna rule, but you're gonna rule with that sword. So, you know, get ready for a bloody, calamitous time. Because fasten your seatbelts. Because 2013 gonna be a bumpy ride. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.